really interesting to me because I felt sort of conflicting things, but it was interesting the dynamics of each one. One of them, where I am in life right now, in some ways, is absolutely wonderful, but it's also a tough place that I'm in. But it's been things that I've learned and the things that I've experienced, I wouldn't trade for anything in my life, right? But at the same time, you know, would I want to see myself in this position in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, etc.? No, I definitely wouldn't. I want to move on with my life. You know, I want to meet a girl, marry her, have kids, all these types of things. So I guess my thing is, you know, how do you sort of reconcile the fact that you enjoy the experience of what you're going through, even if it is painful, but also you want change, and you want it very badly, and you'd be willing to do just about anything to make that happen.
You're already on the way, admitting that you are a combination of energies at once. Everybody is not just one vibration. We talk about vibrations in terms of a person holding a certain vibration, but this doesn't mean that we're sort of locked in. People are multiple vibrations at once. We have a vibration about every subject in our life relative to ourselves. So the way to look at this is everything in the universe, every particle of energy is two attributes. It is the presence of that thing and also the absence of that thing. So what's making you feel negative is the focus on the absence. So if you are trying to rectify these two extreme differences in your life, you start to just realize when it is that you're focusing on the lack and when it is that you are focusing on the presence of something you want. Where am I going with this? A lot of times people tend to think that they know exactly what it is that they want because they know what they don't want so incredibly intensely. And so instead of our focus being on what it is that we desire, even if it hasn't manifested in the physical yet, we tend to just look for the evidence of the lack. We go home, and if we may be experiencing an issue in a relationship, our focus isn't on the parts about our partner that we love anymore. Our focus is on all the little things we can't stand. This is where people, you got me off on the relationship track, but I'm going with this one. So, in the beginning of a relationship, when you first meet someone, your focus is so purely on the positive that you don't even notice the things about this partner that you can't stand. They don't exist. This is what I say a lot about people who are positive thinkers. They can walk into a room full of things that most people would think, this stuff is horrible, I can't stand this, and they literally don't even see it because it is not a vibrational match to their focus. When we live with this partner for a while, then we're starting to change the way that we're focusing because we're living with ourselves. Suddenly that pure positive focus has dwindled because potentially you came home and got fired from a job. And that sets off this train where now you're looking for negative things. So maybe you're focusing on the fact that they leave socks somewhere on the floor that you can't stand. Or maybe they have this horrible habit when they're brushing their teeth. Or maybe you're starting to feel this insecurity you've had forever, which is coming up again for you, of not being loved for who you really are. So every time you go around that person, now your focus is towards those things. And because that is your focus, you will attract those things. So the way to get what you want in life is two things. A, look around your life, like you said right now, the things in your life that you really, really enjoy, and live in an attitude of appreciation of those things. And B, put yourself in this mental mindset of it being a reality, even though it's not physically manifested. This is where the visualization thing comes in handy. You hear most people who are into this law of attraction thing tell you to sit down, set a timer for 10 minutes, and visualize what it is that you want as if it's already happened. If you don't understand the role that thought plays, that seems sort of, like what is this going to do for me, right? But it will get you in this strong vibrational state of what it is that you want. And because, this is the whole thing about law of attraction, the universe is going to answer whatever you are vibrating with an exact vibration. So you will start to see slowly physical manifestations of whatever thoughts you are offering. So living in appreciation does that, and also living in a reality mentally that looks like that which you want.
Well, and just something I was going to add at the end. I've noticed recently that without even trying to visualize, I am visualizing what it is that I want to do. And actually it's strong enough that it leads me to do the things because it's like I can see myself doing these certain things. So maybe that is kind of
Yes, it is. And I do want to talk to everybody about this concept of gratitude. So you hear a lot of people who understand the way that thought influences reality talk about how important it is to be in an attitude of appreciation and an attitude of thankfulness. In the Western world, gratitude comes intact with the vibration of, I don't deserve this. The Christian religion has served us in many ways, but it has been skewed. Many of us grew up, see, yeah, with that vibration. So the issue there is that when somebody says you should be thankful, there's a vibration of penance in it. You feel that a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
That's an impure, yes.
Yeah, I used to hate gratitude for that very reason. Anytime somebody
Yes.
because I just like, I felt like I owed somebody something.
Yes, and that
And
is
I was
an
supposed
impure
to pray to
vibration.
God and thank Him for stuff, and it was like, I don't feel good for it. It's like I owe this guy something, so he will give me something back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, that is a basic misunderstanding of what we mean when we're talking about living in an attitude of thankfulness and appreciation. To live in a true state of appreciation is to live in a state where you are letting what you enjoy envelop your being. So if I'm going to live in an attitude of appreciation for a human being, that means really making what it is that I love about them a part of my thought process. If it's an attitude of gratitude about this room, it's saying things like, I really like that light. It's all about happiness and enjoyment. I enjoy that is appreciation. So that's the gratitude we're talking about.
And it's a very distinct difference because
Very.
I've felt like I've now experienced what it means to feel in a state of appreciation for something, and it's nothing at all like, previous,
making a gratitude list.
Yeah, I used to, like sitting down in a journal and trying to be grateful for things I was not grateful for.
Yeah, and so that is the issue right there. I see a lot of people who come to me and they will be in an attitude of, my life is falling apart, I can't stand it, but I have so much that's good for me. But it's not that they're going with the flow when they say things like that. They're basically pushing themselves back upstream trying to like stuff they don't like. So, so find what it is you do enjoy. If you don't like a person, it's fine. Drop the fact that you don't like this person entirely. Look for aspects of them. If it's something like a fingernail, that's enough. This is one of the best things to do with somebody you can't stand. Everybody knows that on a vibrational level, you meet somebody and sometimes there's really not a mesh. So if you can get to the space where you're looking at that person and trying to find one aspect that even if it was disconnected from their body, you would enjoy that aspect, you are changing your vibrational point of attraction about that human being. And they will, if you do this enough, the attitude and the little nuances that they have that annoy you will cease to be a match to your presence. This is why it's so important to understand this. In a relationship, if we are focusing this way towards another person, if they perhaps end up in a horrible mood, if our idea about them and our focus about that person is no longer about their horrible mood, we can't share the same space. That means pretend you have a girlfriend. She's in a horrible mood, but you're in a good mood because you understand this vibrational work. You're supposed to meet at a certain time. Her car will break down. See? You literally will not be able to share the same space. So all of these details in the physical are being arranged by what is a vibrational match and what isn't. And it's perfectly fine in a relationship to say, I choose to be a vibrational match to your best self. So that is going to be my dominant focus about you.